The letter that saved my life. The rain was falling in sheets against the window of my tiny apartment, each drop a small, cold reminder of the grayness that had settled over my life. I was 26 years old, and I felt like I was drowning in a sea of my own making. My dreams of becoming a writer had been replaced by a soul-crushing job at a marketing firm where I spent my days writing meaningless slogans for products nobody needed. My relationship had ended 6 months ago, and the loneliness had become a familiar, suffocating blanket. Every morning, I woke up with the same heavy feeling in my chest, wondering what the point of it all was. My name is Emily, and I was ready to give up. That particular Tuesday was no different. I had called in sick to work, which was a lie. I wasn't sick in my body. I was sick in my soul. I spent the morning staring at the ceiling, replaying every mistake I had ever made, every opportunity I had let slip through my fingers. The rain seemed to mock me, a constant, dreary soundtrack to my despair. I thought about my mother, who had passed away 2 years ago, and how disappointed she would be to see me like this. She had always believed in me, always told me I was destined for greatness, but greatness felt like a distant star, unreachable and cold. Around noon, I finally forced myself out of bed. I needed to eat something, though the thought of food made my stomach churn. As I walked towards the kitchen, I noticed a pile of unopened mail on the small table by the door. Bills, mostly. Junk mail. The usual reminders of a life I didn't want to live. I was about to toss everything in the trash when a single, cream-colored envelope caught my eye. It was different from the others. It had no return address, just my name and address, written in beautiful, old-fashioned cursive handwriting. Emily, it said, in elegant, looping letters. My heart skipped a beat. Who would send me a letter? Nobody wrote letters anymore. I turned it over, looking for a clue, but there was nothing. Just my name, like a secret message from the past. A strange feeling washed over me, a mix of curiosity and nervous anticipation. I carefully opened the envelope, my fingers trembling slightly. Inside was a single sheet of matching cream paper, covered in the same beautiful handwriting. I began to read. Dear Emily, you don't know me, and I don't know your name, but I know your heart. You see, a few years ago, I was exactly where you are right now. I was lost, broken, and convinced that my life had no meaning. I had given up on my dreams, on love, on everything. I was standing on a bridge one cold winter night, ready to end it all. And then, a stranger saved my life. She was a young woman, about your age, with kind eyes and a gentle smile. I never learned her name. She stopped me on that bridge and talked to me for hours. She didn't judge me. She didn't tell me to cheer up or get over it. She just listened. She shared her own story of struggle and told me that even in the darkest moments, there is always a reason to hold on. She told me about a time when she felt invisible, when she thought nobody cared, but she found a way to keep going, and she promised me that I could too. That night, I walked away from the bridge. I didn't walk away cured. Healing takes time. But I walked away with a seed of hope planted in my heart, and that seed grew. Slowly, painfully, it grew into a new life. I went back to school. I started painting again. I fell in love. I built a life I never thought I could have. And I never forgot that stranger. I never forgot her kindness, her words, her belief in me. She was an angel sent at exactly the right moment. Over the years, I tried to find her, but I never could. And then, one day, I realized the truth. The stranger was you, Emily. I was there that night. I was the one on the bridge. And you were the stranger who saved me. You don't remember me. It was 10 years ago. You were just a teenager. But I remember everything. I remember your voice, your kindness, the way you looked at me like I mattered. You didn't know it, but you gave me the greatest gift anyone could ever give, the gift of hope. I'm writing this letter because I want you to know that your life matters. You may feel invisible right now. You may feel like you've failed, but I am living proof that your presence in this world has already made a difference. You saved my life, and now I want to remind you, your life is worth saving too. Please don't give up. The world needs more people like you. The world needs your light. Even if you can't see it right now, it's still there. And one day, you will meet someone who needs you to shine for them, just like you shined for me. With eternal gratitude, your friend. I stared at the letter, my hands shaking. Tears streamed down my face, hot and uncontrollable. I read it again, and again, and again. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it might burst out of my chest. I searched my memory, trying to find the moment she was describing. And then, like a faint dream, a memory surfaced. A cold winter night, a bridge, a woman standing alone, looking down at the dark water. I had been 16, walking home from a friend's house. I saw her, and something told me to stop. I didn't think. I just walked over and started talking to her. I don't remember what I said. I only remember her face, pale and sad, and how I wanted to make her smile. I had completely forgotten about that night. To me, it was just a small, insignificant moment, but to her, it was everything. I sat on my floor, surrounded by the rain and the grayness, and I cried for a long time. But these were not tears of despair. They were tears of release. For the first time in months, I felt something other than numbness. I felt seen. I felt valued. I felt understood. That letter didn't magically fix all my problems, but it gave me something I had lost: perspective. I had been so focused on my own failures and disappointments that I had forgotten the good I had done in the world. I had forgotten that even in my darkest moments, I had been a light for someone else. I kept that letter in a safe place. Every time I felt like giving up, I would read it again. It became my anchor, my reminder that I mattered. Slowly, I started to make changes. I left my soul-crushing job. I started writing again. I joined a writing group and made friends who shared my passion. I started taking small steps towards the life I had always dreamed of. It wasn't easy. There were setbacks. There were moments of doubt, but I never forgot the woman on the bridge. I never forgot that my life had already made a difference. Years have passed since that rainy Tuesday. I am now a published author. I have a beautiful family and a life full of meaning and purpose, and I still have that letter. I keep it in a frame on my desk, a constant reminder of the power of kindness, the beauty of connection, and the truth that we never really know the impact we have on others. That letter saved my life. Not because it gave me a solution to all my problems, but because it reminded me that I was never truly alone. It reminded me that the love we give to others always comes back to us, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. The stranger on that bridge never knew my name, but she wrote me a letter that changed everything. And now I want to pass that message on to you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, please know this: you matter. Your life has already made a difference, even if you can't see it. Don't give up. The world needs your light. And one day, you might just receive a letter that reminds you of exactly that. Do you believe that small acts of kindness can change lives? Have you ever had a moment when someone's words saved you? Tell me your story in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And if this story touched your heart, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need to hear this message today. Remember, you are never alone. See you in the next story.